What is going on, guys? We are back with another stream with my great friend Grace.
My lovely friend Kyle.
You already know. So, hey, I think you might as well just go ahead and give a little bit of an introduction, you know?
Amazing. Oh my god. Well, hello guys. Hi. I'm very excited to be here. This has been a long time coming and I've been so excited to get over here and do this. I'm an actor. I'm a fellow actor from LA, live in LA. Just living that actor life out here. And I got into acting when I was like 7, which is so insane. Long time ago, started off mostly doing theater, and then it transitioned more to like film and TV, but I do still love theater a lot. Like, kind of transitioned a little bit into writing as well. Written a couple shorts and just kind of still like anxiously holding on to them and nervous to show people them. But it's just fun to write and get creative, and I love collaborating with friends, of course.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, your parents were also in the industry.
Yes, in the industry.
And so, they didn't force you in at a young age, or was that like something you decided, like 7 years old, okay, theater and not acting necessarily?
Yeah, no, I was not forced into it, which thank goodness, but like I just kind of had a love for movies growing up, like old movies. I loved like The Wizard of Oz and Sound of Music, and my grandma like also showed me a lot of like the old Hollywood movies when I was younger that I just kind of like loved from an early age. And then I got into singing and I got into dancing and I just loved all of it. And I just from a young age, I was just kind of all I wanted to do. And then when I found out about like theater and performing live, it was like everything I loved just kind of meshed into one thing. So that just felt very fitting. And so yeah, then I got into that. Started doing musical theater when I was like 7. I did Annie. I did a lot of summer camp productions. Did The Wizard of Oz. Oh yeah, so fun. I had the best time ever. And then from there, I signed with my first agent and manager when I was like 8, and then got more into film and TV, and that was so fun, and I've loved every second of that. And
even the self-tapes now, it makes it so that you can be anywhere.
So. It's crazy. It's a whole different world now. Like, even my parents, like, because both my parents are actors. They got into the industry when they were like, I feel like my age, which is so crazy. They both came to LA and met, and then like they were working. But just the way things are now and the way they talk about things, like the way things used to be, so different. Like, my dad was even saying, he was like, just the way kind of things are today, it's like, it's very impressive and almost kind of important, even if like if you don't have a lot of stuff going on, like, make your own stuff, create your own things to do. That's what people kind of look for. He was like, versus like back in my day, we just wait for auditions, and when you get them, you'd go into the casting office, you'd read, and then you'd wait for the next one, and that's just how it worked. And I was like, it's so weird, because that's just so not how it is today. Like, it's so different.
Do you have anything that you're currently working on? Like, if you want to pursue musical theater, like, so you're working on music as well?
Working on music, yeah, kind of. I feel like since it's also the start of the year, it feels like sort of a fresh start, where I kind of do like a reset, and I'm like, okay, what are the goals for this year? What are like new things I want to get into? What are things that I really have to be like hard on myself about? Like, get that shit done, like do it, like get it done. But like I want to get into guitar. I think I'm starting lessons pretty soon, which I think would help. I do love to sing. Doing my own music would be amazing. Rachel, who I don't know if she's still in the chat, we've written some stuff together, some music, and that's been really fun. And that would be cool to maybe at some point like release something. But then there's also like musical theater where I'm like singing can apply for that too, which is great.
Definitely.
Yeah, just all of it. I think this year it would some goals. Some of them are a little like lengthy, but I'm like, we'll see what happens, hopefully. But yeah, putting on some kind of like reading would be really cool, like whether it's a play or musical or something. And then also just like something I've written, having it be made would be really cool. Like, even if it's like something I've collabed with other people, but just like to have a little bit of a different perspective, like to
Oh yeah, like,
would be so great. I've been like coming up with ideas with my friends. We've kind of been writing stuff together, and then I have my like shorts that I've written, and it's fun because my friends are all everybody's so talented and creative and
definitely
have great ideas. So
that's
in terms of stuff that I've done, I was on a show called Man with a Plan for it was 4 seasons. It was on CBS. It was with Matt LeBlanc, who plays Joey on Friends. That was a really fun time. That was my first ever sitcom.
That was big. No, sorry, I know it's a little difficult right now.
Oh no, amazing.
Matt LeBlanc, like that's
LeBlanc,
huge.
I know. I'm a huge fan of his. Forever will be. He's amazing. Working with him was so cool. Getting to play his daughter was so cool. It felt like, even though it was a different show and it was like different characters, it felt like being, I don't know, Joey's daughter. It was like the biggest honor ever. I was like, I can die happy now. This is so cool. All right, Rachel.
Great question.
My comedic inspirations. I feel like I have a ton. I mean, if I could just to list a few, Emma Stone is definitely up there in a lot of her like comedic movies, like Easy A and House Bunny and Crazy Stupid Love. She's one of my favorite actresses of all time. And
Emma Stone is crazy.
She's crazy.
She's great.
And she's so versatile too. Like it's not even just. I mean, everything she's in is so great. But she's definitely up there. Kristen Wiig is up there. Oh my god,
you're listed like great actors.
Yeah, there's a ton of people who have been on SNL.
SNL, do you feel like you could be on SNL? Like, I could see you 100% being on SNL.
Oh my god. Getting to host SNL would be a dream. Like, that is like a dream goal for sure. God, I've grown up watching SNL literally practically every single week with my family, and my dad is like the biggest diehard SNL fan, and I feel like even if we don't watch the entirety of like an episode one week, we at least watch Weekend Update. Like that's like the minimum. Has to be done. Michael Che has to be done every week.
But comedy, would you want to do comedy or what?
I'd love to do everything. I'd love to. Another favorite actor of mine is Stanley Tucci. He's like, I love him because I feel like he's done like literally every kind of movie there is. Like he has been in like the funniest movies and is so hilarious, and then is like also plays like serial killers and is like terrifying. And I'm like,
who is this?
Stanley Tucci. He's so, you might recognize Tucci is Tucci. He's done a lot. He was in like Hunger Games, Lovely Bones, Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, okay, yeah, and Kingsman, yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's amazing. I think something like that, like just, I so admire how like versatile he is. So I saw The Hunger Games is one of my favorite like franchises literally of all time.
Yeah.
I'm literally in the middle of doing a rewatch marathon with my friends. It's literally, it's like so good. Jennifer Lawrence is another one of my absolute inspirations. I love her. I could go on and on about people. I swear, there's so many people I love and just look up to so much. But I saw that they're making another Hunger Games, and I was like, how do I audition? I was like, I want to be part of that so bad. I was like, I don't care if I have no lines, just to be in it. Are you kidding? So cool. So that's definitely a dream one, and that's a little bit more like serious, but
this stuff is technically the new ones are like it's the other story. It's not necessarily the main story, right? It's technically before, like the beginning.
Yes. So it's like, I think the Hunger Games with Jennifer Lawrence, those are like the 74th Hunger Games, and this new movie that's coming out, I think the book I also believe is coming out March something, so pretty soon. But this one is like the 50th Hunger Games, and it's Woody Harrelson's character when he was like a young, like our age, and it's like his games, and in those games they have like double the amount of tributes from every district. So I was like, let's double the party.
Right? Like double the opportunities, double my chance.
Let's get on that.
Like let it, like they whatever they need. Like,
whatever they need.
We're there for sure.
We can play trees in the background.
Yeah,
are you kidding? Like
I remember that one person who just hated the tree the whole time and died.
No, literally,
like got stabbed by an arrow and then just.
That could be us.
Yeah, we could just stay in the tree the whole time.
Just stay in the tree.
You know, but
totally. Anybody out there is into
like zombies
Black
and
Ops 2
like
into Call of Duty. I did Black Ops 2 when I was like, I think I had to be
that's
like
insane.
maybe 11. It was a long time ago, and it was an amazing. That was such a fun job. It was. I remember there were like 2 different parts to it. Did all the recordings and everything, and my voice is just the really annoying. In case you guys play, my voice is the really annoying little girl voice throughout the game.
That's iconic. That's literally iconic. Like you don't understand. Like everybody, at least from me and my friends, like we play zombies on a regular basis. We do Black Ops 2, we do Black Ops 3, Black Ops 6. Like
so awesome. Yeah, that's a big one. That's definitely one that like. Specifically, a lot of people will
all the guys for the rest of your life are gonna be bothering you about that for
all the guys, and I love it. But yeah, that one was really fun. Because I recorded everything, and then it was also my first time doing like motion capture.
So that was also with the motion capture.
Also motion capture. It wasn't a ton of motion capture, but I do, and I was so young too. I was like this was like maybe like 11 or 12 years ago, which is crazy. But I do have like I remember having the dots like all over my face and my body
with black
with like a black like I looked insane, like a bodysuit, looked crazy. And we were in this like giant white like room, this big warehouse, and then we did the scene just like as we would, moving around. And it was that's still to this day one of the coolest experiences I've ever had. It was so cool. So
did you feel similar pressure as in like on a set, or was it more like because it's motion capture, because it's also my voice, just mainly my voice, a lot less pressure? You felt like it was just more easy going?
I feel like from what I can remember, there was definitely pressure, but I feel like there was a little bit more freedom to kind of move around this space a little bit more like freely, which was nice. Because it's going off of everything else. But but it was that was a fun one. That's young because my dad was a voiceover actor, and then I started going on auditions, and I saw what he was doing, and I just thought it was so cool. And I also think I didn't realize the weight of like. I'm like, do I expose it?
I think you expose him. I think you expose him, but totally up to you.
Okay, well, so the funny thing is, this did not seem like a big deal to me for the longest time. I didn't really think it was that big of a deal until, like, friends of mine growing up became aware and then made it into a big deal, and I was like, oh, I guess it is kind of. I mean, it's awesome, but like I never thought about it that way. My dad is the voice of Danny Phantom. And that's like his big thing. It's very impressive. He can still sound like a 16-year-old boy at.
That's I gotta make sure they know who we're talking about.
Mr. Danny Phantom.
The Danny Phantom we're talking about right here. David Kaufman. Let's keep that in mind. So that stuff it's crazy.
I know, and it's funny too. I watched it sometimes, and I never really even because my dad's so, like he's so humble, and he's so just like he doesn't even he's just.
I'm just a successful actor.
He's like, I did something really cool, but I don't talk about it. It's fine. And I would watch it, and then hearing his voice was just so crazy. And
it was just anything that's real. That's where I want to be.
Slice of life, like stuff.
Yeah. Like whenever I think of like roles or whenever I'm acting, I try to really just think of like how I'd be in that moment if I was that person. Like in doing these exact things. So if it's a realistic situation, then I'm there 100%. Even if it's like a badass situation where it's like hyper realistic, like okay, like you might be killing somebody or something like that. I don't care as long as it's like I can like root it back to some sort of realism, something on that end, and then just kind of just take from those experiences. So I'd like to just do anything, like also just for me, like time period pieces,
me too.
Like those, like you just to go back and to just be in that like gangster, like I don't know what it is, just that
something about it is so. I'm so there with you. I love that stuff too. Any period piece would be so cool.
That would be like when they get dressed up, like that's full on costumes, like that's you are.
Yep.
Going all out, like that's not even like okay, that's just casual hanging out or whatever.
No,
that's you're playing a character.
Yeah,
like,
so awesome. I feel you there too. I think that's just the beauty about acting. It's just it's so cool. Even just with the auditions too. Like auditioning can be tough. It's definitely it's a hard pill to swallow to realize like okay, you just kind of have to get used to disappointment. You kind of have to get used to like just. Hearing a lot of no's, but then it makes that one yes like the best feeling in the world. But it's a lot of disappointment. I was going somewhere with that.
Trust me, it's
I'm just like,
disappointment.
It's sad.
It's a sad industry.
Sad.
Yeah,
no,
we're all sad.
We're all sad over here.
Yeah.
No, but I remember what I was gonna say. It's I feel like a good mindset change. I used to think that like just getting to the job was what working was, but now I try to look at it as more of like the audition is the job. Like that's work.
Yeah,
we're not getting paid, but that's work.
Not at all. Yeah, that is.
Not at all, but that's work. And that's the fun thing about it is there's always so many awesome, fun worlds to get to live in, which is so great. Like, yeah.